What's up, y'all? I seen that the Baltimore Ravens and the Washington Commanders are going to have a joint practice in August. And I see this as a great thing. One reason is because a joint practice allows teams to come together and, really learn from each other. And it also gives the teams and coaches, a chance to, implement certain things they want to do throughout the season, but really get a chance to dissect it a little bit more. So it would be, the Baltimore Ravens defense against the Washington Commanders offense. And sometimes they'll even split them up. They'll split them up. They'll be on one side of the field, and the other offense or the other defense will be on the other side of the field going against each other. And then sometimes they'll split them up, and you'll have defensive players playing with other defensive players, and they'll just be going through practices. And the good thing about it is it's 2 days, so it's a Tuesday and it's a Wednesday, so back-to-back days of them just getting to learn, another offense, another defense, getting a chance to, learn from the other team in a way. Because think about it. For instance, we have Emmanuel Forbes and we have Quan Martin. They can learn from Marlon Humphreys when they're going through drills with him. And that's why I see it as being so beneficial, because it's like, even if, these guys come out here and, say for instance, none of our plays are working, we get to see, the coaches get to see if it works, and they get to see if we got to switch up the game plan before the season starts, So it gives them that space, that extra space that they need. And then on top of that, it's like when they're on the field, each play, every time a play happens, they can stop the play and they can say, you know what, all right, let's run that same play, but this time, take that person out, take this person out, move to the left, go to the right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's way different than it is in a preseason game, because a preseason game, it's basically a real game. You just don't have your starters playing the entire game. You're trying to see what your rookies are capable of. So I feel like it's super great, and it's a chance for players to learn from each other and learn extra moves that they could use throughout the season. And the best thing about this is that the Ravens, we don't play them throughout the season. They're not on our schedule. So if we do run into them again, it would be the preseason game that's coming up after this joint practice game, and then it would be if they make it to the Super Bowl and we make it to the Super Bowl, that would be the only time we have to see them again. And I just think I think more teams should do it, but the risk behind it is the fact that somebody could get injured, even though some teams, when they have joint practices and they put their starters in, they don't allow them to play at their full potential. Like, sometimes they don't allow them to tackle, or they don't push for that, But the biggest issue with it is the fact that some teams don't get along. And I believe the last time the Commanders had a joint practice, it was I believe it was 2015. And just to take away from that, they went against the Texans, and in that game, what was it? DeAndre Hopkins broke D'Angelo Hall ankles, and prior before that, they were having an issue about whatever the case was. I think D'Angelo Hall stepped to DeAndre Hopkins, and DeAndre Hopkins took it a little wrong, but it escalated, and that wasn't even the first time. That was just one of the issues they had throughout their days of practicing. So it's just like, that's the only thing you have to deal with, because in those situations you don't have that much security versus an actual game where you have security all around. And it's much more safe in a preseason game to have two teams fight and then somebody breaks it up. But versus a scrimmage, you know, ain't no telling what could happen. And at times you don't have much security. You usually just have the team players, the coaches, and the staff. So hopefully, they do bring extra security out there, just in case, and they don't have any, of the same issues they had in 2015. But I also see this as a chance to really, see what our rookies are capable of, and I think this would be great for the Ravens. I mean, for the Ravens also, and for the Washington Commanders, because you think about it, the Ravens got a fast offense now, including Zay Flowers, Devin Duvernay, Rashad Bateman, Odell Beckham, Lamar Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Like, just think about their offense. It's dangerous. And if we are able to come up with a great game plan to go against them, I think that would be helpful. If we can beat a fast offense like that, I think that would be great. And just imagine, out of all the offenses we get to play throughout the season, I think besides the Ravens, I think the next fastest offense is Miami, And it's just like, and then, even Nelson Aguilar is on there. I almost forgot about him. But, all those people are fast. Those are fast wide receivers. And with Lamar Jackson included, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a crazy offense to be going against. And, that give Emmanuel Forbes a chance to show his speed. And, that gives Martin to show what he's capable of. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's just a great opportunity for all of them. And also, our offense has a chance to go against their great defense. They have Roquan Smith, Marlon Humphreys, and we even get a chance to go against Marcus Peters, if Marcus Peters is still on that team at that time. And it's just, they got a nice defense, And if we can play, better than their defense, then what is that telling you, for the season that's coming up? We can probably make it to the playoffs. But it all depends on what we can do. And then just think about that. Jamin Davis, he can learn from Roquan Smith. And that's the beauty of it. It's like defensive ends are playing against other defensive ends, and they practicing with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just, okay, we're just gonna have a scrimmage. No, they're actually practicing. Like, everybody's doing the same drills, and they're all piggybacking off of each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you do the drill. Okay, all right, I'm gonna do the drill. All right, and then it gives them a chance to network. And really say, like, okay, what do I need to work on this week? Okay, I see Roquan Smith going crazy over there on the bags. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, it's my go. I'm about to turn up. And, you get that chance to ask Pro Bowl players, how did you make it to the Pro Bowl? What are some techniques that I can use? And just think about how it's going to be beneficial to us throughout the season. And it's just perfect. I think this is a perfect team to go against. And, I'm ready to see what happens. And I can't wait to see where we go after this, because that is going to be great. And then especially with the preseason game that's coming up, we get to also show our talents in that game. We get to show what we learned, and just playing against a fast offense is going to make a great defense. You feel what I'm saying? And vice versa. So I can't wait to see what's going to happen. I'm going to keep y'all up to date, and I appreciate y'all watching. Comment, leave something. Let me know. Do you feel like this is a great, opportunity for the Ravens and the Commanders? I feel like it is.